It started with a notification I wasn't supposed to see, a movement alert. I was at work, mid-meeting, nodding through the usual corporate drivel, when my smartwatch buzzed once. Living room, motion detected. She wasn't supposed to be home, neither was he. I'd installed the camera 2 weeks ago, a small, silent lens hidden behind a hollow book spine. It was never supposed to become real proof. It was supposed to prove me wrong. But that morning, something inside me told me not to look, and yet, I opened the feed. The frame flickered. My wife entered, barefoot, hair wet, wrapped in one of my shirts. She wasn't alone. A man followed. Not her boss, someone else. Someone I knew. I didn't breathe for 7 seconds. Then the screen froze, glitched, resumed. Her laugh, his touch, the way she leaned into him like she had never leaned into me. I felt my heartbeat slow instead of quicken. A strange calm, clinical, detached. Because it wasn't jealousy, it was curiosity. What does a person look like when they destroy your world? Now I knew. That evening I came home late. She greeted me at the door, soft smile, perfect lie. Rough day? Her voice brushed against me like silk over broken glass. I kissed her forehead, watched her pupils, the subtle contraction when she lied. I'd seen that same twitch before, once when she said she loved me, once when she said she'd quit smoking. It was still there. I made dinner. She talked about work, about deadlines, about her boss inviting her to a leadership retreat. I nodded, played the role. Every movement felt rehearsed, her laughter timed, her eyes deflecting just before they could meet mine. I could almost hear her rehearsing in her head, matching tone to truth. Later, while she showered, I sat on the couch and scrolled through the footage again, frame by frame. Not to watch, to study. The way she looked at him, the ease, the absence of guilt. Betrayal isn't loud, it's the silence between the sentences. She came out, towel drying her hair. "You okay?" I smiled. "Just tired." She believed me. She always did. Over the next week, I gathered proof. Quietly, efficiently. I checked her messages. Nothing. She was careful. I traced her Uber trips. Inconsistencies. Lunch breaks longer than scheduled. Gym visits that ended in different neighborhoods. The patterns aligned. On Thursday, I left work early under the pretext of illness. Parked my car 3 blocks away from her office. Watched her exit at 6:04 p.m. with her boss. Not the man from the video this time. Interesting. She wore the same perfume I bought her last year. I could smell it from across the street. Faint, deliberate. They got into separate cars, but drove in the same direction. I followed. A hotel. The kind that thrives on discretion. My stomach didn't twist. My hands didn't shake. I simply noted the time, 6:42 p.m. Later that night, she walked through the door at 10:17, smiling. "Meeting ran long," she said. I nodded, took her coat, kissed her cheek. My lips brushed the side of her jaw, the faint scent of someone else's cologne clinging like static. The kind of detail that burns slowly in memory. That night, she slept soundly beside me. I didn't. I stared at the ceiling, the shape of her betrayal replaying behind my eyes. It wasn't rage anymore. It was observation. How easily people lie when they believe they're loved. Friday, 8 a.m. I installed one more camera, in the study this time, facing the desk where she often video called her team. Then I left for work. At noon, I opened the feed. Her boss sat in my chair. She sat on the desk. And for the first time, I heard their voices. He said, "He'll never know." She said, "He's too calm." That's what makes it exciting. Her laughter was soft, familiar. I had once believed that sound was happiness. The irony of hearing it now, through a hidden lens, was surgical. By the time I got home that night, she was gone. Out with friends. So I printed the footage, still frames, time-stamped. Slid them into an envelope. The next morning I placed it on her vanity. No note, No confrontation, just truth. Distilled, unspoken, absolute. When she found it, the silence was everything. A gasp, then a slow exhale, the kind people make when the mask finally slips. She came to me later, eyes red, hands trembling. "I can explain." I looked at her. "I already know." That was all. She broke, quietly. 2 days later, she invited her boss over to talk. She didn't know I'd be there. When he walked in, I greeted him like a guest, calm, polite, the perfect host. He froze when he saw the footage playing silently on the TV. No sound, just images. Her face, his hands, my house. I poured myself a drink. "Relax, it's just reality." He stammered something about misunderstanding. She cried. I watched. "You both built this," I said. "Now you get to watch it fall." I didn't raise my voice, didn't threaten, didn't touch them. I simply played the last clip. Her words. "He'll never know." Then I turned off the screen, picked up my coat, and walked past them. Her voice followed me, small, cracking. "Where are you going?" "Home," I said. This was just a house. I rented a small apartment downtown. No furniture yet, just a bed and silence that didn't lie. Sometimes I still check the old camera feed, the empty living room, the hollow light. They're gone now, but I watch anyway, because I learned something. The truth doesn't destroy people. It reveals who they already were. And in that revelation, I found peace. Not mercy, not forgiveness, just peace. She'll live with what she saw in my eyes that day. The moment she realized I wasn't broken, I was free. Some truths don't need revenge. They simply need to be seen.